Good afternoon, everyone. Well, it's another exciting saw to show you. This is another one of my English saws, a Danarm DDA110, original 110, and launched in 1966. A monster of an engine, so a true 110cc displacement, and this one, as far as I know, is all original in terms of all the threads and all the bolts are all English, and they've all been, for the most part, have all been checked by me. And it has things like the correct carburetor kit in the Tillotson 172 carb. It's had the correct eyeglass and felt filter assembly put in, replacement fuel lid. So I'll do a walk around with the camera in a second and just take off the top cover and the side cover, because it really is a thing of beauty to see, and show it starting and running. I've never cut with it, so it's approaching 53 years old and becoming so rare. You often will see a number of Danarm 110s for sale which are the wrong threads, pistons scoured, broken housing, broken felling spike, etc, etc. So this is a gorgeous saw. Everything working on the saw, kill switch, manual oiler, fabulous compression. I've taken a shot of the piston with the exhaust off, and the piston is in beautiful condition. I'll tell you why in a second. Hey guys, I hope that does that some type of justice. Throttles up perfectly, comes back to rest almost instantly. We can take off this top cover and I'll do a little walk around with the camera. It's very interesting, the DDA 110s. This is the series of engine when Danarm moved away from using the Villiers engines on the DD8Fs, so the 100cc version, and then they've gone to their own design range of engines, which obviously included the 75, the 110, the 125, the 55 as well. And these apparently make a genuine 5 horsepower, which is a big number. That little bag there as well, because that's something interesting too. So this saw had a very interesting history from the collector I bought it from. So the original side cover, devils for getting damaged. There's no brakes on this whatsoever, and the original chain tensioner screw is present and good. It had a new old stock clutch drum, which I put on it because it's just nice to have them perfect if you can. Inner and outer guide plates both present and really, really good. Rear chain catcher present. It's the correct English threads on the handle. Beautiful Oregon solid nosed bar and a beautiful condition Oregon chain. Come round to the front of the saw. So this is often where you'll see the felling spikes will often be broken. These countersunk bolts here are unusual, whereas they have they're threaded and then they're partially recessed to allow the felling spike to sit on. You virtually never get them on these saws. All the original paint on the screws for the oil tank and the little manual oil arm, which we'll come round to. So, serial number badge in beautiful condition, and the lid itself has no brakes, and even the two little rubber anti-vibration washers which sit on top of the aluminium shroud, which directs the airflow from the flywheel. Again, this is almost invariably missing or broken on most people's DDA110s. So around to the flywheel housing. Often they will break in here where the bolts become loose. People still stand on this wraparound handle, and then it stresses this crankcase and it breaks the housing. So this isn't perfect. Again, all original screw threads. No damage whatsoever on the engine, no fin damage. So I got a new replacement sight glass for it, and little felt filter, the things of beauty. A replacement, a really nice replacement little aluminium cap to go onto the fuel filler, and little replacement screws, all the correct ones. And then around, original boot for the switch. I'll take the top off the air filter just very quickly. So absolutely complete. And come round to the side, and the kind of reassuring patina on the head bolts, because they haven't been removed, or certainly not by me anyway. And I picked up couldn't get a brand new Champion, the exact a brand new exact model Champion, but somebody was selling some ones that had had a very small amount of use, and that was fitted. So I've put this little Tillotson bag out here because the dealer I bought this saw from could never get this saw running correctly, and because it just been stood for so long, it's just remained in beautiful condition, just because, you know, no one's been able to use it because they couldn't get it to run properly. And when I looked at the carburettor, I'd realised they had fitted either a Chinese diaphragm and pump, or they'd also mounted because of the way this carburettor is constructed, they'd put the diaphragm pump on top of the gasket, and so it was the wrong way around. And so a couple of those little mistakes have kept this saw in just amazing condition. So I was going to say, if ever you see these and they're not running correctly, it makes a huge difference to how they run, having the correct Tillotson gasket and carburettor kit. Well, they're relatively expensive. I think it was about £19 that came from America, and the correct plug. But the difference in running is that, as I'll show it again. So I'll quickly pause the camera, show it on a restart, and hopefully this will be suitable for a fellow collector out there, or somebody that just wants to have an amazing piece of history in their workshop. Back in a moment. Hi guys, okay, covers are back on, so I'll quickly show her on a restart, and hopefully one of you out there is going to love this saw as much as I do. If you've noticed in the video as well, the clear fuel pipe, I'll often on my older engines I'll put I'll put the clear fuel pipe just so I get an indication of when these engines have primed, because you start to realise that lots of these saws, they're not so much braking as the users are inadvertently braking them, because they're perhaps pulling so aggressively with nuts and bolts loose, and they haven't realised that the engine's not priming, and so they ended up introducing another problem. Okay, kill switch, compression. Hey guys, she's an absolute beauty. So that's my original Danarm DDA110 up on eBay for sale as a vintage classic collector's saw. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please just ask, or anybody wants to come out and take a look, as normal, you'd be very, very much more than welcome to do so. Bye for now.